Folks, today one of my viewers of English videos asked a very interesting, important question. I thought I will share my response to that comment question with you all. I'm sure that you all will be benefited by my response. And because you are all asking that question every day without being aware of it. The question is this: what is the meaning of surrender in your experience? Most of you, or almost all of you, have the idea that you surrender yourself to a higher authority, like something called God, a God that your religion teaches you or your scriptures dictate to you, or what you have created in your own mind about the unknown God. Surrender is not the right word, because the authority that you are surrendering is not there. And the right word is freeing yourself, freedom. Let me tell you why. And I talked about this quite a lot in my earlier videos, but not from this angle. That's why this video is important. When I got up today morning, I'm there, I'm here, and all kinds of thoughts surround me. What do I do today? And various things. I'm sure that most of you have the same experience. There are lots of thoughts around you, but there is a difference. There is an important thought telling you who you are, and then you surrender yourself to that thought. For example, you are a human being, you are a man, or you are a woman, you are son of so and so, or daughter of so and so, you belong to this religion, that religion, you must do this, etc., etc. You surrender yourself to those thoughts very strongly, because you don't have the knowledge that your thoughts are different from you. As I've been telling you in the various earlier videos, that thoughts are like clouds. You are there, and all these thoughts are surrounding you. And most of you, without being aware that thoughts are different from you, you are surrendering yourself. Some of these thoughts become bonded, and you are looking at the whole world from that thought. The thought of being an Indian or American, thought of being a Hindu or a Christian or a Muslim, the thought of speaking one language against another language, all these things are mere thoughts. As soon as you get up in the morning, you are strongly bonded to them, and I am not. In my world, in my existence rather, there is only this eternal darkness around me. I am there in the eternal darkness surrounding me. This is true with you, but you are not aware of it. And when I see a human being, let's say, for example, my wife and front of me, I'm totally aware that my five senses transform that eternal darkness into that form. And I have a lot of thoughts about this form. One of them is that she is my wife. She is suffering out of pain of her body. I need to take care. I have certain things to do about her health today, etc. etc. To most of you, as soon as you are bonded yourself to the thought that you are her husband, you are in ignorance. To me, in my existence, I do not surrender myself to that thought that I am her husband. To me, she appears that she is a form created by my five senses in my body as an appearance of my wife, and thoughts that I have about her are in my mind. That doesn't mean that I ignore her pain and so on, our health, etc. I do take care, but not as an husband. So, as you can see, that I'm free, though I give myself to the thought that I'm a husband. That thought does not bind me. I know it's an ignorance. And that's why I've been talking to you for a long, long time. You have to free yourself from all your thoughts. Freeing is the right word. Freeing from all your thoughts. Let me tell you one important fact. This may startle many of you, that in the world that you are living, in the waking state that you are, and you are watching this video, you are the only one. Everything else, your father, your mother, the form that you are seeing right now, the video that you are seeing right now, the words that you are hearing, your wife, your children, etc., they are all forms created by your senses out of that eternal dark energy. And all the thoughts you have about them are in your mind. They are independent of you. And you are the only one. The world that you are seeing is your own world. You may say, no, 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 no. I see my wife, for example. We talk about the world that we live in. For example, I see my child, and she's also seeing my child or our children. How can you say that she doesn't exist? Really, she is a form transformed by my five senses out of this dark energy. The reason why you and your wife share a common world is because both of you have the same five senses. Assume that you have a friend who is blind. The world that you are witnessing or seeing is not the same world that the other friend of yours is witnessing. In his world, all these forms that you are seeing through your eye do not exist. Even when all senses that person has are similar to what you have, still your world is different from the other person's world. You may see a beautiful flower. You may admire how beautiful this flower is. But the other person seeing the same flower may think, why this flower is here? What can I do about it? Maybe I should pluck that and take it to my puja room or place of worship and offer that to my God. My God will be very pleased. I'll be very happy to surrender, to give that, to put that at the feet of my God. You see, both of you are living in the same world created by your five senses, but his thought is different from your thought. The world that you are seeing through your mind is not the same world that the other person is seeing. Being a Christian, you have different view of, let's say, the Christ symbol, the cross, the form of Jesus Christ being crucified on that cross. But the other person, being a Muslim or a Hindu, may not have the same view as you have. In fact, most of them will not have the same view that you have about that cross. So every one of you is living in different worlds. You are the only one in your world who is witnessing. Everybody else is being witnessed, a form of energy, of this dark energy. Keep this always in your mind. So if you have this, the God that usually say that I have to surrender myself to that God, that is not real. That is an idea created by your mind. That is that form of Christ is a form created by your five senses and your thought. In the same way about your wife or your boss in your workplace and so on and so on. So there is a very basic ignorance that you all have. That is, you are what your five senses tell you. You are what your mind tells you. Having the experience of being the one with a total darkness around me without any form. And that is the stage that I want to remind you, or I want you to recollect, is before being the eternal unknown. The eternal unknown, as you have been saying, not very useful to you. First thing that happens is that when from the eternal unknown stage in which both witness and witnessed are one, The next stage is you are different from the witnessed. The witness is different from the witnessed, but that witness is total darkness, unknown, without any form. From this viewpoint, everything, every God that you have imagined are all your imagination. So that's what I've been talking to you about, your ignorances, about your God and you and the way you live in your family life. I've talked at length. The attachment, I mean, the love that you seem to have, or you say that you have for your wife, or your mother, or father, or children, is just an attachment. Attachment to the thought that they are your husband, or your wife, or your father and mother. And the love that appears to dominate you is based on the thought that they are your mother, father, etc., etc. The love that I have is not based on my attaching myself to any thought. I am here. I clearly see what appears to me as my wife is a form created out of this eternal energy, which is myself. So I look at my wife from that angle, from that viewpoint, and I take care of her not by being attached to her, but because it is an appearance of this dark energy, which is myself. So you may say that you don't have that kind of experience or spiritual experiences that I have. So how can what you teach is useful to us? To be at my stage, you need to free yourself from all the ignorances that I've been talking to you. That's why the videos in which I talk about human ignorances are extremely important. Free yourself, understand, not surrendering yourself or surrendering your ignorances to somebody. Understand they're all ignorances. Be where you are. That is, you are at the level of your body and mind. Be there, and then at that level, see what you think you are, what you think your parents are, your life is all about, and so on. And look at my videos and see the difference of your thought about this world and what I am talking about. What I am talking about as ignorances are meaningful, understandable by your mind, intellect. If you are willing to loosen yourself to various ignorances that you have and free all those ignorances one after another. The way that one person will free himself or herself from the ignorances will be very different from the other person, because both of you are at a different level of bondage to your body and bodily senses and your mind. So your experience of freeing yourself will be different from other person's freeing himself or herself. But that is the only way that you will gain your freedom. In other words, be where you are and see or compare what I'm talking about to what you know about various things about your life and God, etc. etc. Understand what you have or ignorances. Free yourself from those ignorances. That is the freedom. That's what will give you the ultimate joy of golden light. As I've been telling you, at some point, even that great love of the golden light is in ignorance. But for you, being immersed in this world, suffering, the love of that golden light will be a great relief. That's a stage most of you will take or be in order to free yourself from the suffering. And from there, you will understand one day that even that golden light is not real. So basically, to answer that viewer's question, what surrender means is surrendering is not the right word. There is nothing to surrender. There is nobody to surrender yourself to. All that there are or there is ignorances. Understand them, be free of them, then you will realize that you are the eternal. I'll talk to you soon, folks, on another important topic.